Let's take it to all the states. This time across Nigeria, the livestock sector is gaining renewed attention as a critical pillar for economic diversification, food security and national stability. In Adamawa State, one of the country's leading livestock hubs, deliberate reforms and strategic investments are redefining the sector, strengthening the economy while addressing long-standing security challenges. Jesse Daniel reports.
Livestock production remains a vital component of Nigeria's agricultural economy. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that agriculture contributes about 24% to Nigeria's gross domestic product, with the livestock subsector accounting for around 4 to 5% of the national GDP, supporting millions of households nationwide. In Adamawa State, the sector's importance is even more pronounced, as the livestock account for about 37.1% of the state's GDP, making it the largest single contribution within the state agricultural sector. Recent reforms introduced by the Adamawa state government are now reshaping how the sector operates. These include the transition towards structured grazing systems, expanded livestock training programs, improved veterinary and animal health services, and stronger data-driven livestock management.
First committee was set out. The second committee again have gone around, met with the traditional rulers across the state, give them advocacy on the need on how farmers and herders can stay together, on how to stay in harmony. All this is the effort of the state government. There is significant increase because if you go to other markets, more especially cattle market in Mubi, you can see the improvement. If you go to Gombe cattle market, you can see the improvement, the influx of the cattle that are coming, the buyers, the transporters. You can see how business is going on within this market.
These changes are not only improving productivity but are also helping to reduce farmer-herder conflict, a challenge that has affected food production and rural security across parts of Nigeria. Adamawa state efforts are further strengthened through collaboration with the federal government, aligning state-led reforms with national livestock transformation and food security strategies.
My trip to Adamawa today is in continuation of the consultations with the Ministry of Livestock and Agriculture here in Adamawa State to look at and evaluate the status of the grazing reserves in the state. Adamawa has the largest number of grazing reserves in the country. It also can boast of a proportionately large number of also animal resources in the state, and therefore we are here to hold consultations with the ministry to evaluate.
As Nigeria looks inward for sustainable solutions to economic resilience, Adamawa State evolving livestock sector stands out, demonstrating how structured reforms, federal collaboration, and modern practices can transform a traditional sector into a strategic national asset. JC Daniel, TVC News, Yola.
Jesse Daniel joins me on the news. Jesse, put this in perspective for us. Why is the livestock sector suddenly getting this level of national attention? And where does Adamawa State fit into Nigeria's overall economic diversification drive?
It's a bright and beautiful day here in the city of Yola, and everything here seems to be very calm. You agree with me that currently right now the national attention is drifting, is gradually shifting from the oil sector now into the agricultural sector, simply because the Nigerian nation now can no longer depend solely on the oil. Now the livestock sector is a multi-billion naira sector in Nigeria's sub-agricultural economy. And currently right now the attention in Adamawa State government is now also trying to key into the national policy or the national agenda for the development of this sector to be able to harness its potential so that Nigeria can be able to attain food security, Nigeria can also achieve, be able to become a more economically viable country through this livestock sector. So in Adamawa State currently, and there's a conscious effort, having taken into stock the resources that we have within the livestock sector, talking about cattle rearing, piggery, and also other the value chain that is accumulated within the livestock sector. So Adamawa State understands its deep potential. Now, how can they be able to harness this particular this sector to be able to attain national food security and also to improve the economy of the country entirely, not just the state? Because as it stands right now, agriculture or the livestock sector contribute 4 to 5% of the national GDP. And currently right now in the state, it is also the third contributor to the state economy.
Yeah.
So you can see that alternatively at this point in time, it's one sector that cannot be neglected. So take it into stock, because every state has its own peculiarity of things that they can be able to improve the livelihood of the people.
Yeah.
So in Adamawa State, the livestock sector is one booming sector that the state government is turning its attention towards and introducing strategic reforms to be able to attain this economy, to improve the economy of the state, and also to increase its internally generated revenue and attain national food security in Adamawa State.
Speaking of strategic reforms, we can see that the state is also transitioning from open grazing to more structured grazing systems. Practically, let's say practically speaking, what do you think this shift look like on the ground for herders and farmers, especially on the backdrop of farmer herder crisis, which has been long reported over time?
Well, the transition in between open grazing and also to a more coordinated grazing is simply because of one reason: order. This order is to be able to bring proper allocation of resources, proper allocation of proper meeting the herders where they need to be found. Now, in this order is also to have an accurate data that is going to assist in planning. And also this order is going to bring about these herders also, since we are making concerted efforts in being able to develop the sector. Now, why don't we create an organized structure where these herders can be reached out to where they need to be reached out to? This includes now improved facilities for them in those grazing areas, and also for them to be able to access adequate health veterinary services for their herders within those particular grazing reserves. And secondly, also, which is going to improve security, because it's going to reduce what they call long distance grazing from one place to another. And you know, Adamawa State have had a history of communal clashes in terms of farmer-herder conflicts. But the state government is looking at developing the sector, which is one, addressing two key issues: addressing food security issues and also addressing security issues. So you see, it is one stone that's being used to kill two birds at the same time, which is a strategic one for me. And for me, as an Adamawa State indigene and someone who is proud to see that this particular initiative is being taken to be able to bring about development, concerted development in Adamawa State, is one that I can make both of and happy about.
Absolutely interesting developments. Thank you so much, Jesse Daniel, for the update. Thank you.